credits yet?
No, we haven't played the credits yet. Are we ready to play the credits?
Roll credits.
Roll credits.
Roll credits.
I think we're gonna roll. Rolling credits. Rolling credits. Rolling credits. Rolling credits. Rolling credits. The end of nerds. The end of nerds. What is he playing?
Who knows?
The end of nerds.
I told you this like 10 times what it was.
I don't remember.
Up and beyond or whatever.
No.
You're still.
Go back and continue playing.
Keep going.
End of nerds.
And we're back.
Second verse, same as the first.
What song was that, David?
It's called Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom? I don't know that song.
It's not very Sonic.
It
or
needs
boom.
more boom.
It needs more lasers.
You want a noise complaint? I mean, I can do it if you want a
No,
noise complaint.
no noise complaint.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have upstairs neighbors, but I know that we do have neighbors on the other side of this wall. So
I mean, if you want the boom, I mean, I can give you the boom.
anyway, it's November 10th, Thursday, November 10th, 2016, and starting to chill off, Phoenix, Arizona. Yay!
Yeah, chill off. It's still in the 80s regularly.
I know. I considered wearing pants yesterday, but I decided not to.
That's funny. What? Excuse me.
Hey, it's chilly from our like 100 degrees we've had this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've had like over 100 days this year. Wait, your turn, buddy.
Right after that,
We've had over 100 days of 100 degrees this year. 100 degrees plus. Anyway, Moon Sedai,
Anasandros.
Elven Wolf.
Minion on the tuba,
And I'm Halo.
Hero, our newest,
Adam here.
youngest member, Adam Hero, has decided to join us for the for tonight's events. And as always, up on the front, Blackheart. Never forget Blackheart.
Captain Blackheart. What?
You were so enthused there, Blackheart.
He really wants us to announce him. Oh, and we also have our mascot, Randolph, here on the table, who's dressed up in his fineries because he doesn't get to come out very often, and he wanted to dress his best.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So, what are we going to talk about?
Well, before we begin, we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about. Doctor Strange, a couple of website things that Legends of Tomorrow, veteran Geek Culture, Snapchat. But to begin, I want to talk about Patreon a little bit. We have a new Patreon supporter, Marcella. Yay! Thank you, Marcella.
Yay, Marcella!
Thank you.
So that brings our
Keeping the dream alive.
You're keeping the dream alive. That's a paid endorsement. Not really.
Request to be online by Ryan.
Ryan.
It's like, where's
No,
Minion?
Ryan.
He's just in playing.
Oh, he has to put the tubba away.
The Tapa?
The
Yeah.
tubba.
Well, he'll be pulling it out later.
The tub A away.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Melon. Elven Wool. Bad. So, now that we've updated the Patreon, I guess the first topic we wanted to talk about was Doctor Strange. Now, of the people here in the Land of Nerds, only 2 of us have seen it. Myself and Elven Wolf. It looks like a freaking graphic novel on screen.
It is gorgeous.
And weird.
And she's not just talking about her man crush, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benny.
Yes.
No?
Alexandros doesn't like Mr. Cumberbatch that much. He thinks he should have remained a dragon and died. About
I don't
that?
think he should have been a dragon.
Huh?
I don't think he should have been a dragon.
Do you know that he also does the voice of the big bad?
I did
In that
not
film
know
that we
that.
just watched?
Yes.
He does the voice of the big... I did not know that. That is cool.
So
That's
for
very meta.
so for about 10 minutes he's talking to himself.
I didn't like it.
That's very, strange. He I guess a running theme in the film is talking and texting will freaking kill you. And the warning always comes after the spell.
Yeah.
You have to read the whole thing before you begin anything. Read the instructions first, kids. You
Yes.
should learn that in elementary school when your
Yeah.
teachers give you those joke tests. with your subs.
I have given those tests.
Yeah.
And most students have failed. The only ones who have passed are people who have taken it before and are like, I know this test.
Okay. Now, Alexandros hates Benedict Cumberbatch, but he gets his butt whooped quite a few times. And he dies multiple times. I really think you could like it.
I'll tell you why I don't like it. Or I'll tell you why I probably won't like that. Because dying and coming back is not dying.
Yeah, that's true.
That's saying, I wanted to kill him, but I didn't, and I'm a weak writer, and
Or it's comedic effect.
There's a lot of funny bits in the film.
So you're saying the supernatural has weak writing?
It does have weak writing. It has good writing, but it has weak writing as well.
You think they should have kept Sam and Dean dead?
I think if you're going to kill somebody, make them dead.
Blasphemy.
I know. I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean, the film is just very visually stunning. There's a lot of humor in it because there are times where we were just like peeing ourselves laughing.
It was hilarious.
That explains all the wet seats.
Honestly, after
No, Benny explains the wet seats.
that's
Watching
bad.
him die all those times explains the wet seats.
Really?
Ellie, Alvin Wood, that's bad.
Hey, he went there.
There are kids in the room,
He doesn't get it.
Wise.
but you don't know what will stick in a sponge's brain, and he can go ask his mama later.
And then we're going to hear you get to explain that.
The end cappers were pretty good. I don't want to spoil that
Yeah.
for the people who haven't seen it yet.
Stay through to the end. Anyone that goes to see a Marvel movie, stay through to the end. Everybody left the theater except for us and the couple with like the 3 little children. Yeah.
That is
All-
a staple. You have to do that.
Always watch all the numbers, like my little sister used to call them. They're the numbers. You want to watch them all because you never know if there's going to be something at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Adam? Sorry, Hero?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a full Marvel movie?
I see.
Iron Man?
I see number 1. I see number 2, and I see 4.
You see Deadpool?
Yeah.
And did you watch the whole movie?
Yeah, but the weird part was like Deadpool just comes back every time.
Deadpool comes back every time, yes. What happens at the end of the film when all the credits are done rolling? Do you remember? They have another little bit of movie right at the end.
Oh yeah.
I think the movie was well done, and it made me want to look into the comic
Yes.
series.
Yes.
And if that's the point, that's kind of awesome.
Oh, yeah. And it very much ties into the rest of the universe.
There are hints at the other Marvel films
And I
throughout.
Yeah.
Deadpool just turned back to the beginning and some parts.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I kind of feel bad because one of the people that went and saw it with us hadn't seen Civil War yet. And there's something that, if you haven't seen Civil War, it's kind of a little bit of a spoiler. And so you're sitting there going, and so we're like, oh my god! And my friend's like, what?
What happened to character X?
We're like, aww.
You have to watch Civil War, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have something.
Anything else? Any?
Trying to think of any of the Easter eggs that I saw that wouldn't be spoilers.
Adam had, Hero had something he wanted to say. What did you want to say, Hero? Now speak loud.
Okay, I did making giant
Hulk, Avengers, Thor.
Okay, we'll come back to it later.
Guardians of Galaxy.
Meatballs 3.
That is not Marvel.
No. No.
But yes, they probably are making another Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs. They are making another Thor.
Did they make another movie about Transylvania 3?
Hotel Transylvania 3?
Yeah.
Who knows? I thought there was already a Hotel Transylvania. No, there was only part 2. We're not. I haven't even seen the first 2, so I wouldn't know. Are they any good?
The first one was kind of good.
Was the second one any good?
There's a born child.
Is it? Wait a minute, there's a baby in the second one?
Yes.
I'll have to watch that. See if it's any good. Next thing we really wanted to talk about was clickbait websites. Now, Blackheart really wanted to talk about this one.
Yes, it did.
I don't know if you want to join us over here or stay where you are, because...
Look at me.
Look at
I'm
you,
awesome.
all fancy and stuff, being on your own camera. Man, what a diva.
You'd think he thinks he's our boss or something, but he's not.
I'm not your boss. You're my boss. Wait a minute.
You're our business partner.
Yeah. Sure. So, clickbait websites. We wanted to say about how annoying there are and give a few examples. There's a lot of websites out there that are basically meant for you to click on them. And no other reason, because they know if you click on them, they make money. So they will do whatever they have to do to get you to click. And the more clicking you do, the better. The worst of them are the ones that do like 20, find the 20 best Doctor Who photos or 20 best facts about Doctor Who you didn't know.
20 historical things that you won't believe actually happened, and then it'll show you a picture of like somebody's face and like some half script that you'll see on the Facebook link that won't give you the whole story. Or 20 young celebrities that committed suicide.
I must not fall for this crap.
No, you don't fall
And
for this
almost all of them, the photo does not match anything on there. And there's some that there's one that I saw everywhere for a while that really pissed me off. Because it's like 20 people that you didn't know were really transgendered. And it shows Julia Stiles, who was in 10 Things I Hate About You. And she's not transgendered. They just happened to find a guy that looked similar enough that it's enough for people going, oh my god, really? And then they find out, no, not really.
Yeah.
No.
And it's the websites where you go and you click on it and they crash my tablet all the time because it's like, oh look, we're gonna load 50 bajillion ads.
Well, you like to click on those lists because sometimes you find cool stuff to show your students.
Yes.
And I look on the list sometimes because I'm bored, and I think that might be what killed my computer that needed me to have a massive reboot recently. Thank you, Lyle.
Well, and there are some websites that
we all fall for them. No, maybe not Alexandra's, but you don't spend as much time.
I feel completely empty. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, it's like Knowable. Knowable is on that kind of edge where you go in there and all that. It does have a lot of information and they're interesting and they've got some ads, but it's not you have to click for every single story. I've actually blocked probably a good 30 different websites from Facebook because I think Mink is one.
Oh God, Mink is bad.
Answers. There's a bunch where it's like.
You have something to say, Adam?
I don't know if you know, but like a couple years ago, Facebook had hired some people that would feed news stories on people's feeds, right? And that went okay for a while, but they started getting complaints because they're liberal or they're something or other, or they have different things. So I went, okay, we got a fix for this. We'll let a computer do it, and whatever you like, that's what we'll show you. And if you got like-minded friends, we'll show you what like-minded friends do, and vice versa. And if you like nerd culture, then nerd culture will be proliferated. If you're political, then political stuff will proliferate.
Like I get a lot of historical lists that show up.
Historical and whatever it is. But unfortunately, the worst part about it is it puts you in a bubble.
I get a lot of the same 2 or 3 lists over and over again that show up in my feed from different freaking websites. And it's just, I've already seen this list pop up from a different site. Yes, Adam?
I didn't make a,
What? I need you to speak up. I'm just having trouble hearing you.
You need a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Think about it. Choose your words. Then raise your hand again. Okay. Clickbait websites, and it is really prolific during the election.
Mhm.
We're not going to go into the post-election things.
We could go on
No.
that for hours.
We could go on that for hours. And we were trying to keep election free.
Absolutely.
But there were things on both sides saying 10 things that that makes Hillary an evil woman. 20 things that makes Trump just horrible. 5 things you didn't know about the Libertarian Party.
Yeah.
35 ways that Hillary is really Hitler.
Yeah.
Things like that.
And it's all put on there.
Yes,
and it's all
Adam.
bullshit.
I didn't know they making a Toy Story 5.
They didn't make a Toy Story 4 yet.
Uh-oh.
There's only 3.
Uh,
They might make a 4, I don't know. We'll look into that.
Yeah, they are.
They are? They're making a Toy Story 4. That is awesome.
So it's coming 2018.
I don't think I can watch that, though. Because Toy Story 3 darn near killed me.
Oh.
Worse than Serenity.
Oh, you didn't like it? I liked it.
Crying wise.
It
Feels wise.
I say, I think, that was like Dad's movie right there.
I watched it with the eyes of an adult, okay? You probably saw it with the eyes of a kid. Oh, the toys have... No. As an adult, that's a horrible film.
Yeah.
Sad. Can't watch it. That's derailing me.
It's
So it's good, but it's too sad.
it's created a generation of hoarders.
And paying her.
Because Dad
I
said he
mean,
loved the movie a lot.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful movie. It's just
I can't handle it.
yeah, it's all of the feels.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything more to say about clickbait websites?
No, not really.
Yeah.
It was really proliferating. the last few
Actually,
weeks.
let me sum up this whole thing with one thing to our dear, sweet, lovely audience. When you're looking at things that are popping up on Facebook, especially with political ads and sometimes with news ads, take a look at the source of who it's coming from. What website is this coming from? If it's something like if it's from one of the major television stations, if it's coming from like BuzzFeed or Huffington Post.
Yeah,
Or-
if it's coming from something that's been a legitimate news source for
That's
a
been
while, yeah,
Has been vetted.
that's been vetted, has street cred, however you want to put it.
If it's from something like bipartisan rednecks.org or Molly Weasley is a bitch.com.
And,
Not really, but I'm trying to.
There was one that was the thing that says usnews.uk.co. Not a real website.
Or
I know,
even if it
right?
looks vaguely real, use your judgment.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if you. I'm
there
not
are
saying you
lists
necessarily-
online to show
Yeah.
who's legitimate.
Yeah,
There
go
are
to
actually lists.
even just go to Snopes.
Mhm.
Just go to Snopes.
And yes, Snopes may have a little bit of a lean, but they do at least fact check what they post.
Yep.
Yes.
They have sources. They cite their material.
That's important.
More than just hate mongering, because clickbait, and especially in election times, hate monger.
Hate monger, because you're gonna click and share and click and look at this and
Yeah.
click and share and click.
They're essentially they're the electronic version of those like smutty tabloids that are all over the checkout counter, like two-headed baby born to dinosaur woman.
Bill Clinton making deal with aliens. Y'all remember those back in
He's
the
been making deals with aliens for quite some time.
for several decades?
And that's
Yes.
totally vetted.
Bat boy discovered in cave.
All right. Roxy said anything .co
Negan?
seems suspect.
Anything.co is usually suspect. It's a cheaper domain to buy than .com.
All right. So
Let's move on.
Move on.
Legends of Tomorrow. Lyle wanted to talk about this.
Got a camera too. I wanted to talk a little about Legends Tomorrow. They're about to come out with the second season. I watched all of season one. Season one was pretty awesome. Definitely a different kind of show. Basically, the whole premise of it is it's DC members that you don't know and don't remember. It talks about a person from the future coming back and getting superheroes from the past to save the whole future from a evil person who is over 5,000 years old. So they use that premise to go, thousands of years in the past and thousands of years in the future and try to stop them. And the whole season 1 is about them trying to stop an evil person from destroying the world. There's a lot of Hitler and Third Reich analogies in it, which I thought was really interesting. But
Okay, I have a question.
yes.
Just because I've heard what I've heard so far. He's 5,000 years old. Why hasn't he destroyed the world in all that time?
Because his only superpower is he lives forever. Literally, that is his only superpower. So, with that being said, it's taking him a long time to get the connections, get the knowledge. He's tried a few times, like tried a little here, that didn't work, tried a little here, that didn't work. He got killed over here, that didn't work, but got brought back to life.
He's also tied to the lives of Hawkboy and Hawkgirl.
Yep.
Or Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl, because they all got their powers from the same
Catastrophic
source.
event.
Yes.
That's the only episode I watched was the pilot, so.
Yeah.
Rory Williams was in it. I had to watch it. And then I'm watching so many other shows that I'm like, you know what? I will watch that when there's like 5 or 6 seasons out. I will mega stream it all and be done with it.
Well, the whole season 1 was based on trying to stop the evildoer, and by the time the season 1 ended, they'd done it. So, in the process, though,
Yes.
they had killed everybody else.
You can do it.
Not killed, but made it impossible for anybody else to time travel
Are you
but
okay?
them. So they're like, oh, well, let's go ahead and go through time, and we'll be the sheriff of time, basically. And so now, going into season 2, nobody knows where it's going
You gotta go to
because
the
there's no central bad guy anymore.
So it's time tracks?
Yeah, essentially.
The
With
little,
superheroes.
the little bit I saw reminded me of Chrononauts,
Yeah.
but not as much as some of the other shows that seem to be coming out do.
I like Chrononauts.
I suddenly want to play Chrononauts.
That game is awesome, by the way. Those of you who haven't heard of it, check it out. Chrononauts is like you are a person traveling through time, trying to fix and or break the timeline.
Yeah.
Rocks.
Wait, every person has their own
Agenda.
agenda. Dun, dun, dun.
And wish
Alright,
list for items.
Moving on.
Go get Minion.
Where's
Minion!
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 Get up.
Minion's tired.
Get
Does
up.
Minion not want to go on?
Oi, Tits
Your
McGee,
audience
get over
needs
here.
you.
Hey, don't call him that on screen.
Not on
Sorry.
screen.
What?
You're on, Minion. Do you not want to produce or perform?
Come on.
Come on, grab your two
You
little
wrote it on here.
I didn't write it on there.
Come on, let's go.
Come on.
Good practice.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
For our audience, for the first time ever, Minion playing Star Wars.
And not a video game or an RPG. Although that's badass. Yes?
Oh, he's got to pull out his thing. Here, hold on.
While we're waiting on that, I think Hero had something he wanted to say. What do you want to say, buddy?
I didn't know they're making a Pac-Man Easter.
Pac-Man Easter?
Yeah.
Just where you were last night.
Pac-Man Easter, apparently.
You're gonna hold it.
Who knew?
I'll play for the first verse. Even though
Play as much as you're comfortable with. It'll be fun.
Wow.
Aw, look, Blackheart's a music stand.
I'm a music stand.
New stand needs to get taller and closer. Now that we were to play, if you told me, hey, you're playing in the middle of it, I would be like,
Deep breaths.
How
Deep
Minion
breaths.
lost his groove.
give me a second.
Go, Minion, go.
Stella.
Ah. Ah. I need some water first.
Minion's not ready. But you know what? Practice makes perfect.
I hit practice on like twice.
Unless you're Mozart, then you're perfect to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Minion is no Mozart.
I am not a Mozart.
Next on our agenda,
Trust me, Mr. Zart is awesome.
Next on our agenda, we wanted to talk about veteran and military geek culture.
Geek culture in the
It's
military.
Veterans Day tomorrow.
Yes.
Free food all day.
Free food!
Because that's what being a veteran is all about, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Some of
No,
my,
it's about supporting your country and your country supporting you back.
yeah, some of my coworkers at work looked at me like I was nuts when I was saying, "Yay, tomorrow's free food day." That's because a lot of people forget I'm a veteran.
Yeah.
I could probably tattoo the word "Hey, I'm a veteran" on my forehead. People would still probably forget it.
You want me to tell you why? You don't look like a veteran. See, most people think of
It's-
veterans as geeks and nerds and dweebs and...
This is why people don't think I'm a veteran, dear.
Oh, because you wear Jurassic Park shirts?
No.
I think Jurassic Park shirts are well in line with geek culture.
No, I think
I
it's
have
a little
boobs.
more curvy answer that she's trying to. spit
I'm
out
avoiding
there.
that, okay? I'm avoiding that.
While there are more female veterans now than even when I first got out of the Army or even 20 years ago. Because women going into the military has been rising.
Women are badasses in the army.
Women are
Mhm.
badasses in the Army. In fact, the military is one of the few places where the gender wage gap is virtually non-existent. I mean,
Yep.
women are paid on par with men who are at the same exact level.
Yep.
And have always been, as long as in the U.S. military, as long as there have been women in the military. But geek culture, however, Alexandros, I, and Blackheart met in the military.
We have gamed in the military.
We gamed.
Gamed.
Both
Nights of epic gaming. All night sessions. Way into the wee mornings. We slept
I've gotten
today,
in trouble
so.
for gaming like that.
I got in trouble for bringing game books to work.
What were we playing back then? It was
Vampire.
Vampire? We were playing Vampire.
Vampire.
the
We've played Vampire. We've played Dungeons and Dragons. We have played board games. We have played all night sessions of old school Half-Life.
Oh yeah, and Diablo. Diablo 2.
Diablo 2, absolutely.
Rifts. We played.
We played
Yes.
Rifts.
Before building the wheel.
Yep.
Oh, there were
Before-
video
And
games.
the one that
then.
I remember, Dave. Remember Dave?
Yeah.
I remember the one that Dave just loved was
Dave
called
Wilder.
Nox.
Nox.
Yes.
Oh, do you remember playing Tunes? We played Tunes once or twice too.
Tune, yeah, I remember
That
Tune.
game was pretty fun. The reason we're talking about all this, yes, because it's Veterans Day, but people don't generally think of military people as geeky,
Right.
Yeah.
but there are a
Okay.
large number of them that are, especially like we were Signal Corps and some of those more, I'm going to say, intellectual divisions of the military.
At least to the Army.
In the Army, especially, you got like Signal Corps, MI.
My favorite gaming memory involving just basically being in the military was at one point I said, I'm going to run a game of, I think it was Vampire at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just put the call out saying, I need players. And I expected like 1, 2, maybe 3 people on a good day to show up. I had 12. And I had no idea what to do.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was not ready for 12.
It's like, well, hello.
People brought buddies who were like, dude, I heard there was gaming going on. We're playing D&D. And I'm like, well, it's not quite D&D, it's Vampire, but close enough.
Close enough.
It's gaming.
Let's do it.
We're down for it. And there was a game store that was in Darmstadt.
Yeah,
Paladin's Place.
Paladin's
There was a couple
Place.
other ones, but Paladin's was the good one. And that store must have made a mint off the soldiers. Because
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
They had a big, giant section of English books.
Mm-hmm. There was more English than there was German in there,
And
Just
oh
about.
my god,
which
magic
is really
cards.
interesting.
And magic cards for days.
And I would
Now-
play Magic out there too.
I wasn't a magic. I've never been a magic player, but oh my god, people played magic.
Well, that was during the first, I'm going to say, 3 to 4 years when Magic had just come out and had just taken over the scene.
Yeah. I remember my introduction to Magic was my 7th or 8th grade year. The entire thing was banned because there was a fight over cards in the middle of the lunchroom. And so I'm like, what the hell is it? And someone explained it to me, and I'm like, they were fighting over it?
Fighting over
Really?
cardboard cards.
Hey, David, Roxanne, Mom said that your playing was better than the mariachi bands she was hearing in Mexico the other day.
During this time.
Nice.
PlayStation existed during this time. Xbox existed during this time.
Okay, so What kind
All
of
of
geek
this
culture
stuff
would you like to
existed
see
in this
happen
time.
with veterans? Like,
One thing about the whole veteran experiences, especially, I don't know if there's necessarily one thing that you find that you don't have to do is people who game together stay together to
Yes.
a certain extent, and we are definitely examples of that because we've been friends since we,
Yeah.
as geeks, since 1999.
Dating us.
Not the point. The point is because of that in the military that brought us together. Now, that being said, what I would love
High school.
is, and it's happening more and more with modern culture, by the way.
Okay.
If you go now, I'd love when they send stuff and there's wars or things going on and people send stuff to deploy, send much more cerebral games, much more role-playing, much more cerebral kind of board games and stuff like that.
Like the stuff you would find on that Will Wheaton web show.
Yeah, that kind of stuff
Tabletop.
should be sent to the
Tabletop,
military. They would, a lot of them would really appreciate it, and you see it more and more in culture because if you go to places like Walmart or Target
You're
or
starting
some
to
of the
see
big
those.
boxes, you're starting to see them much more cerebral and much more bigger things. There's some Kickstarter games sitting and showing up on some of those stores, which I found amazing.
Well, there's cerebral, and then
I
there's
saw
also
a super fight at, I don't know if it was Walmart, Target, or Barnes and Noble recently.
Which one's Super Fight?
That was that
Oh,
versus game.
Barnes and Noble's been getting all sorts of inventory game lists.
I mean, and there's a lot of group games that are becoming really popular. I mean,
Oh my god, I would have had so much fun playing Werewolf in the military.
Werewolf is an
my
awesome game.
God,
That would have been a great Sergeant's Time game, wouldn't it?
There's a Sergeant's Time game.
Adam, does it involve the conversation we're having right now?
No. It's okay, Adam.
What do you have to say?
Smash Bros. They were just old Smash Bros.
Yes.
He does bring up a very interesting point, though. When I was in Iraq, there were PlayStation 2s abound, and people
Yes.
would be playing the heck. But it's kind of funny as of from back then, they would have to switch out PlayStation 2s probably every month. It would last about a month. And then it would completely get destroyed because of the sand.
Because of the sand. Yeah.
And it would get in all the fixtures and all the stuff. So you'd be like, I got my new PlayStation 2 again. I'm like, you
So
bought another one? I'm like, well, I know where all your deployment money's going.
The moral of the story is, if you really want to support the troops, you really want to help them overseas, send them gaming stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just video games.
Yeah.
Because really, your gaming buddies and your military buddies, especially when you game with your people in the military, that's something you can do with your friends. That's a good release from your stresses.
Put a D&D book in there. Just surprise
well,
us.
and it's also the smaller
I played
games.
D&D in Iraq.
There are a lot of pocket-sized versions of games that are coming out. I remember growing up, my mom had a full set of those little
Adam,
magnet car ride games where you opened it up and it was chess or checkers or shoots and ladders and stuff like that. And I mean, hell, go on Pinterest that you can make your own of those. And there's so much out there. Sorry, I've become a Pinterest addict.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Pinterest for teachers? I have found so much stuff on there where I go running to like one of my coworkers going, see what I found. And there you go.
For me, it's Stumble Upon, by the way.
I
When
like
it comes to
Stumble
that
Upon.
kind of stumble upon as from a designer and art wise, find so many different artists and so many different things and so many different techniques. That
Tumblr.
it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, Tumblr, I know,
I spent a
right?
lot
I
of
don't
time
get
on
on.
Tumblr.
So we all have our own little key things to finding different new stuff, which is really interesting.
But I go on that as a writer and creator
Different
of
reasons.
things. But anyway, we all have our own things. But yeah, send them gaming supplies. Don't just send them letters and cards. Although
Slip a
cards
buddy
are
some
nice.
dice, please.
Send some dice.
Love it.
Brain teasers.
Cards Against Humanity, man. You tell me soldiers wouldn't like a copy
Oh
of
my
that.
god, it
God.
would get prolific. you would get
It'd be a little
you
dirty
would
in there.
get the staff sergeants involved in those. The ones that are way too cool for that kind of stuff. You'd start playing with them and they're like, oh,
I could play that too. I could be a dirty little monkey too.
I could totally
Oh.
see that. We didn't have that in Iraq
And then
back in 2003, 2004.
Can you imagine
but man.
having played that in Germany when we were all together?
Oh, it
In the
would've been-
Contact Club,
it
that
would've
would've
been
been
Contact
awesome.
Club.
No, what was
That
the
would've
game
been
we
so
yeah,
awesome to
Contact
play
Club
in
would have been
Contact
awesome.
Club.
What's the game that we were
Werewolf in
like,
Contact Club too.
what's the game with the aluminum hats?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Crazy make 'em ups.
Crazy
Yeah.
Crazy
make 'em
make 'em
ups.
ups would have been awesome back when we were in the military.
Yeah.
'cause that was
Now
the
we're like we're old fuddy duddies. I don't want to kiss you.
That's the game.
I want to see that just go right in
That
there.
game would have been awesome.
Kiss the
but
person
we
to
were
your
that
left, and
young.
I'm like, we're still under don't ask, don't tell, right?
I was tested
But yeah, I
before,
mean,
or like,
and that's with
Twitter
any group of
Smash
people. Even in
Bros,
college, my friends and I,
Twitter,
we once did a game of apples to apples that was a open enter and open leave
this old
that
lady.
started at 5 o'clock
Yes.
in the evening and went until about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I wish I
And-
had that stamina to play games like that.
Yeah.
But I have to adult now.
Yeah.
Well, and
Adult.
like I said, that was college. I adult quite often. It's kind of sad because there are times where I'm like, I need adult supervision.
For Morgan, Lyle, and I, the time when a lot of people in our generation were going through college, living in dorms, and like
We
living
had
that
our own
college
dorm
life.
room experience.
We were in the barracks.
We were
That
in
was our
barracks.
dorm room
That was our dorm room.
experience.
Yeah.
Barracks are, at least when we were in, were very similar to what you would think of dorm room life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got loud parties going on all over the place.
Sharing a room with somebody sometimes. Sometimes. Unless you're crazy people like us, we were, and they gave us our own rooms.
All three of us at one point had our own rooms. I never went
No,
to
no,
mine.
no. That's not true. There were several times where I would get a roommate for a month.
Yeah, me too. I get like a roommate for a little bit and gone.
No,
Yeah.
I lucked out where
Some people had had it for years, and we were like, not us.
Yeah, I roommated with my sophomore, junior, senior. I was roommates with people who were my friends that I got to know, and we're like, hey, let's be roommates together because at least we know that we don't hate each other. My freshman year, I don't know why they paired me with the chick they paired me with, but like that bitch had like 3 more days before I killed her. Because she would come in like 3:30 in the morning, like falling over herself drunk, called her friends from high school, and then I would get up to go to my 8 a.m. class, and if I so much as like open the door too loudly, she would give me a bunch of crap.
Was never in my room in Germany. I was always in Morgan's. And
Oh.
you know why? Because I lived on the 4th floor in a building with no elevators.
That makes a lot of sense.
Morgan's has less stairs.
Yeah,
Okay,
Morgan had 3 stairs maybe. Just to
Morgan
get up
had
in there.
4 stairs total because there were three to get up to that little weird mezzanine, and there was one more just to step up to the first floor.
Yes. And I had to climb those 3, plus the mezzanine, plus 4 flights of stairs to get to my barracks room.
Yep.
And there was only female bathroom on the whole building I lived in was on the 4th floor, which is why they put all the women on that floor. And they moved me into 3 different rooms in the time I was in that building, and the time I was in Germany. They had me in a big room by myself. Then, well, you're not using all that space. It's just you. Do you mind if we move you to a little room? No problem. I'm never in my room anyway. Then they moved me to a bigger room because they were going to give me a roommate. That was, so why are you giving me a roommate? I'm on a shift schedule. Well, because we're putting you in a room with one of the female MPs. She's on a shift schedule too. That's ridiculous. And then there was the whole nightmare of me moving in. And then she was out within 3 weeks. I really think they were just trying to move me to make me stay in my barracks room. Because they were trying to keep me away from Morgan.
Everybody should keep you away from Morgan.
Okay, moving to Morgan's room had several benefits
Yeah.
besides.
Oh,
the only
also,
floor
my first room I was in it for almost a year, had no heater.
I had a heater.
Heaters are.
I
heaters are
had the
good.
big screen TV.
Mhm.
I had one of the larger TVs in
Yeah,
all
you
of the
did?
barracks. I had a fuck ton of movies because that was where all my money went, was to movies and games. So then, of course, I was running a game night, so everyone would just hang out at my place and crash.
Plus,
so the number
he
of
was
times
my
I
boyfriend.
And you had one of the bigger rooms too.
I had one of the bigger rooms too.
Yeah.
Had a big room, no roommate, and he was my boyfriend.
All right.
No, I remember the torture of, Because my freshman year, we were on the 4th floor, and everything was good because we had an elevator. And then this shows you what kind of college I went to. Some dumbass bought a vial of patchouli oil and dropped the entire thing inside the elevator and didn't clean it up. That elevator reeked of patchouli oil for the rest of the school year. Nobody used that elevator unless you had really good lungs, because you would go and then jump in and go until you got out.
Or you press every button to take a breath of air every floor.
It was bad.
That's what I would have done.
But yeah, throw a buddy some dice if you're gonna send a care package to.
All right, real quick, where are you going for your free food tomorrow?
For lunch, we're probably going to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, what do you get for Buffalo Wild Wings?
Free wings and
Fries.
bottomless fries.
Yep.
I was talking about going to Denny's for my free slam. in the
Yes,
morning.
I definitely
That's-
want to do that in the
that's-
morning.
That was our point.
There's a
talking
Denny's
about
like right around the corner.
we're talking about the possibility of going famous days for dinner.
Famous days for dinner. I like barbecue.
Famous Dave's is freaking awesome, and we have eaten there like 12 times in the last 3 months. I
That's
think.
bad.
Maybe not that many.
Famous day.
Yes,
A
Adam.
little less enthusiasm over here.
Oh no. Hey,
Yes, Adam. Adam has a question.
days.
Awesome.
Yes, Adam.
All right.
You know,
Uh, Real quick, let's go into Snapchat.
What is
Okay,
your
I don't know
question,
much
Adam?
about Snapchat.
All right, let me quickly explain Snapchat.
Okay.
By the way, if
My
anybody want to
question
follow me,
is-
I'm now on Snapchat at Captain CPT Blackheart. Yeah. One thing about Snapchat is it's kind of like a conversation. Okay, so I have
you
a
watch the question?
Snapchat, so it's a conversation with photos and pictures and
Okay.
quick videos, like 6-second videos, one of those kind of things.
Okay.
But what happens is it's kind of like think of Yahoo Chat back in the day. Okay,
I
you
don't
can have
remember.
multiple people with one person, and I take a quick photo, I add a few things, I send it to you. You look at it, boom, it disappears. You make something, you reply to me.
Okay.
So it's Snapchatting. So that's why it's called Snapchat.
So
'cause
it
it's
doesn't
quick.
save it.
It doesn't save.
Oh man, this would be perfect
In
for Clinton.
In
Terrible.
theory.
In theory, you can save screenshots. So sometimes it's not
Yeah.
quite as.
Yeah, because all you have to do
Things.
is all you have to do is screenshot the picture.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
a lot of people.
But
have
under
made
the
that
base,
mistake.
but under the base
Yeah.
program, it doesn't save anything.
Correct.
It leaves the server
Yeah.
space open.
There are sections in Snapchat, it seems, where you can save it, but when you're just chatting with people, it doesn't.
Okay.
Okay? So that's kind of the basis. The whole appeal for Snapchat is not necessarily I'm chatting you with photos and videos. The appeal of it is it's filters. And it comes with new filters every single day. Okay? Filters that track your face and mouth movements and actually add animations to you and do a kind of an augmented reality to you. And they have popular ones and they have new ones all the time. So people are always on there trying out the new Snapchat filters and seeing what happens and stuff like.
You look
One that
amazed
me
at
and-
this, Melly.
No, it's I have students that are like almost addicted to Snapchat. I've caught students attempting to take pictures of myself and like other students, coworkers, and
with filters, right?
With filters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. You're about to lose a finger.
There is a famous thing from Snapchat with President Obama when he did his last video, because they always seem to do a last video now, like I'm leaving office video, and one of them is him saying, he's like, oh, Snapchat, and he does it, and he plays it, and says, oh, Obamacare is awesome. Well, the filter changed his face to look like a black devil. Like, I know everybody's like, what? Like, it was kind of crazy. And then he's like, now suddenly Michelle won't let him use the phone anymore because that phone, they were making fun of it because that video got on CNN as part of the joke.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's been like a lot of them. Like I've seen people that have gotten really creative with the Snapchat and like have drawn pictures with it.
Yeah.
Your students don't need to have their phones in school. I'm sorry.
My students.
Well,
don't.
yeah,
That's
they
not
get
the
I
sent
come
off.
from, I come from a time when you were not allowed to have outside communication devices on your person when you were in school. It was freaking against state law in Georgia. You could not have a pager. Against the law, you could be selling drugs.
Yeah,
Flat out,
but you
no.
have a phone, you can't be selling drugs.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. So,
What's your time at?
I don't know, what time is it?
We have 14 minutes left.
Okay.
Technically, what is your, real quick around the room, what kind of social media do you like if our viewers could catch you on? Twitter, Instagram, what is your guys' favorites that you like people to
For
talk to?
Kat talking to me personally?
Yeah.
I've been on Tumblr a lot.
Ooh,
Moons to Die.
Moon Sedai on Tumblr. So you're on Tumblr a lot?
I have my own little Tumblr that I've set up. It's mostly talking about my own writings, but and I share a few things I like, but
I have a Tumblr set up. I've never used it. Sorry.
I do too.
I have
I've
used
barely used it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've used it. Look, I made one, and then there it is. I just don't have anything. I spend most of my time on Facebook, and now I'm going to say it really weird. I kind of want to go on Clickbait website so I can find out what the y'all are talking about.
do you want me to find and send you some clickbait?
No,
Here's some
I'm sure they're
clickbait.
I'm sure they're working on it just as
Oh my god.
cute.
What?
Is that Snapchat?
Yes. So there you can
Here,
draw
show the camera
on
so
it.
they can see what we're talking about
Oh.
here.
You're in my way.
No, I'm sorry.
So yeah, you can draw on it. You can use filters, or you could just type a message across the picture, stuff like that. I have a student that had his friend take a Snapchat of him when he got really bad choro, which is apparently Mexican for diarrhea, on his way from the Cracker Barrel, and so he was pooping in a parking lot. And he decided
Was that freshman boy?
yes, and he
Did they give him
decided
a
to
rock?
show yes, that was the joke. But so yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that's
What was
happening.
the
on
joke? He needs a rock?
Yes.
Yeah, remember the rocks?
I know. I was just making sure I understood the reference.
Is he okay? Yeah, okay. Anyway,
Okay,
What-
so
so Facebook for you?
yeah, me, I'm on Facebook. If you really want to find me, you can. I'm at Susannawa, which makes it really easy to find. Morgan Oviatt, which is my real name. If you really want to hunt me down, I'm not that terrified.
Yes.
Oviatt.
Perfect question.
So where can people find you?
Do you want them finding you?
I have a question.
Yes.
I am on
My
Facebook.
question is,
I text. I'm on Pinterest, but it's usually just I'm either saving crochet patterns or ideas for my classroom,
I did.
ways to torture my
Awesome.
children. Other than that, I'm not really.
You're not really a social
I
media butterfly.
find
huh?
I'm on Instagram the most.
Okay.
And the reason I'm on Instagram is I like how it does photos. It's quick, it's simple, but it also has direct connections to my Facebook feed and my Twitter feed, right?
Okay.
So I can sit there and go on Instagram, take photos, have fun, do all my hashtags and everything else that I need to do. Talk with the people who follow me, and then I can tell it to instantly share with Facebook and instantly share with Twitter. What are you watching that everybody else can't watch? Oh, as an example. Got it. Watching an example of Snapchat, so he
So
can
this
kind
is
of see
face
it.
swap.
Dog stuff.
Yeah.
So you can see it's actually doing it.
That stuff kind of freaks me out, and when I see the screenshot photos from Snapchat, it kind of gives me the oogies. Like,
Yeah, interesting.
Anyway, we are located on landofnerds.com,
Land of Nerds.
Facebook Land of Nerds, Instagram Land of Nerds, Twitter Land of Nerds,
Fish bit man.
Patreon Land of Nerds. Give us money. YouTube Land of Nerds.
Yes. Please,
Facebook
please
Land
subscribe to us
Nerds.
on Patreon. We're doing our best to put out some really cool stuff. We're doing the weekly stuff. We're trying to put out some more videos, trying to do some more writings, and we just need your support so that we can, keep doing what we're doing and enjoying it and having fun and
Yeah.
all that kind of good stuff.
You got any more time?
So, do we want to talk about Patreon shelling?
We just did.
Oh, that was quick.
We're shilling Patreon.
Thanks.
Adam, what do you want?
Yeah, a lot of
The
this
tapping
is super
is
creepy.
starting to. What do you need?
Okay. So,
Anyway,
that's it. That's pretty much it.
see you
for this
next
time.
week.
Absolutely. I'm Captain
Bye.
Blackheart.
Have a good night.
We should sing a song. What do we want to sing?
Elven Wolf?
Alexandros.
Moon Sedai?
Oh,
Minion in the back, not wanting to play this week. Hero.
hero.
What should we sing?
Cowboy.
Oh, you're a cowboy now?
I like cowboy.
I don't
Oh
know that
God,
song.
no.
What should we sing?
That's funny.
What's your favorite song?
In the town where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his